Okay. So the Eagles at 3-4-1 with the destiny in their own hands, the season in their own hands. If they pretty much when they got it in that situation, coming off bye week. Let me explain what a bye week is. A bye week, obviously, of course, is a week off. But what that means is you have 2 weeks to study the opponent, dissect the opponent, decide who is good on that team, who is bad on that team, what works for that team, what doesn't work for that team, coupled with the fact that you played this team already, and it's a team you already know. Yeah, 2 weeks. The Giants didn't have 2 weeks. And you come out, and the Giants be more prepared than you. That's what the fuck happened today. The Giants had 1 week. Eagles had 2 weeks. The Giants were prepared. The Eagles were not. How were they not prepared? They were not prepared because Jim fucking Shwartz, start with him. Doug, I'm going to get to your bitch ass too, but Jim Shwartz didn't prepare the team for quarterback read option stuff. Daniel Jones, who ran 80 yards on you 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, whatever it was when we played the Giants and we had to do that little comeback win, Daniel Jones ran 80 yards on you. And then you fucking mean to tell me the first touchdown I'm going to get is a 35-yard touchdown on an option with Daniel Jones on a keeper? The difference is he just didn't run to the right, he ran to the left and got you. This is the motherfucker that we got at defensive coordinator because we cool with having a defense that's mediocre and not a defense that's great. We think, starting with you, Jeffrey Lurie, that's the owner, who thinks that just offense matters and defense doesn't, that he wants a top 5 offense, but he's cool with his defense being 15th, right? So because of that, this is the shit I'm dealing with. I got linebackers that can't catch Daniel Jones. I got motherfuckers that are so stupid that they don't know that this is what these motherfuckers going to do, even though that was like one of the only plays that worked 3 weeks ago, right? This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I have to watch, okay? Jim Shwartz not telling these motherfuckers, hey, look, these dickheads are going to try to do the quarterback keeper and reverses because it worked last time. Wow. Jim Shwartz was trash. He gave 14 points from the rip. 14. 14 from the rip. Most of that shit was Daniel Jones, read option. You don't know how to put together a defense that stops read option. Doug Peterson. Today, Doug Peterson justified the bullshit that John Ritchie and Anthony Gargano said about him. They say he just retarded. He fucked up. He dumb. He not smart. None of that. Right? Doug was fucked up today. He was trash. You got 3 points in that first half. Now, let me break this down. Play calling and all that. Nah, that it wasn't about no damn play calling. First drive, Doug was good. We got 3 out of that. Wish we'd have got 7. We got 3 out of that. He was calling all that little bullshit y'all like with 5 motherfuckers running this way, 1 dude running that way, and all that stuff. He's doing the wide receiver screens. You saw one the Ward, one the Rigger. All that was good. Miles Sanders was a beast doing his thing, right? All right, so the play calling standpoint, for me, that first drive, in the first couple of drives out, the play calling wasn't that bad. It was more about the player execution to me. Our Carson Wentz in that first drive, that missing Alshon Jeffrey high was. Then later he misses one of them guys. It might have been Ward high. A couple of that bullshit he was doing, regular shit. Like Carson, you need to be sharp at the beginning of games, the middle of games, and the end of games. Especially these NFC East games, you need to be sharp. He was not sharp at all in the beginning. Not at the level I needed him to be, though I don't think he was horrible. He just missed a couple key passes. All right. Doug Peterson, his trashness came in the decision making. This motherfucker, we score, and then we don't. Then they score 2 times. We score the 1-3. What happens here is when Doug is down 11 points, when we got 3 and they got 11 or 14, what he tries to do is he loses his composure. He not sure if he want to run the ball, if he want to pass the ball, does he need chunk plays, such and such. Now, I got to relook at the tape as to why we weren't doing more chunk plays. I think it's probably has something to do with the defense. And you sometimes have to take what the defense gives you. Or Carson Wentz had one of them fucking days where he throwing 3-4 interceptions and all that, and then we digging in his ass for not taking what the defense gives you. So I'm assuming, before looking at the overhead stuff and all of that what was happening is the Giants were giving them some type of coverage where they did not like the matchups to go deep, so we were going for pretty much underneath stuff, right? I think that had a lot to do with it, and we were going with the running game, which was working splendidly, actually. That Boston Scott first touchdown was set up by some of the earlier Miles Sanders runs, right? Miles Sanders was just all over the place, killing them. Okay, now where Doug was fucked up in is he went for the 2 points because he just for some reason thinks that it's not okay to be down 3, right? So he wants to try to be down 2, which is not smart, not only because it didn't work, but because, dude, it's okay to tie the game up and play defense. To try to go for those wins in those situations, the risk-reward doesn't make sense. Doug has to get a better feel for risk-reward. And I also would like to see some of the other brains that's on the sidelines talk to him. Like, look, man, it's okay to just go ahead and get the 1 point and be down 3. That's where Doug was retarded at in that situation. And then the other situation he was retarded at was, wow, I'm just really thinking back to some of the dumb stuff. Going for the 2-point conversions. Oh, God. And there's something else that's escaped my mind right now. Sometimes when I'm pissed out, I miss things. But Doug Peterson was trash in some key areas. Then the third reason why we lost is because, honestly, I got to talk about the Giants for a second, okay? And this is what you got to understand. And this was part of the preparation that was missing. When you're the Philadelphia Eagles, okay, and you got a division rival opponent, okay, that you were fortunate enough to beat 8 straight times. That means 4 straight years you done whooped this team's ass. For 4 years, you beat this team. You got the Miracle of Meadowlands on these dudes. You got the Miracle of Meadowlands 2, which was Ryan Westbrook. You got the first Miracle Meadowlands 1 was by Herm Edwards. You got the second one by, goodness gracious, Brian Westbrook. The third Miracle Meadowlands was the Deshaun Jackson punt return back. And then really you can argue the last week was damn near Miracle Meadowlands, right? Where Carson Wentz comes back and wins the last second touchdown. And then he did it twice to the Giants last year. Right? So this is the history that we have with this team. What do you think goes into the mentality of that team, the Giants? What do you think the coach is saying to this team? How do you think that team feels about our team? I bet you the Giants hate the fucking Eagles a lot. You know how, like, when the Eagles hate the Dallas Cowboys? Like, when we play them, it's all this intensity. I bet you the New York Giants, that team, that fan base, that coaching staff, all of them are saying, okay, this team thinks they got your number. They think you they little bitches. Okay, whoop their fucking ass. And this is what was been drilled into their head over the last week. So what's needed also is for Doug and for Jim Shwartz to fucking put it in the head of the Eagles, our team, that, hey, look, these Giants are going to fucking come for your ass. They're going to be intense. So you got to pre-think the angle they're going to come from, right? You had to think of that, and then you had to get your team ready for that. And they were not ready for that. The intensity did not match the Giants' intensity. Our talent, of course, I think is better than their talent. Overall, I guess, right? They don't have a Miles Sanders. They don't have Saquon Barkley playing right now. Their receivers, I guess their receivers are a little better than I thought. But I think our receivers are just every bit as good. I think, right? I like to think. The tight end was used sparingly. I don't know if that's on Doug or Carson. I can't tell. I got to look back at the film for that, honestly. But there was no rhythm to what was going on. That's for sure. Right? And the team also, when it got down to it, was not clutch at all. Carson wasn't horrible those last couple of drives. But Miles Sanders wasn't ready. That little fuck, them drop passes in the fourth quarter, like, what the fuck, Miles? We thought you were a dual threat back. I like the way he ran, but we thought he was a dual threat back. It's horrible in the passing game today. Travis Fulgham. I'm not hard on the guy because I love the guy. But this was his first official bad game. That drop pass at the end, he had like 2 of them. At the end of the game, you can't do that shit at the end of the game, dude. You're going to get your drops, get them shits out the way early. Because in that fourth quarter where you need it, when you down 4, you got to do that shit. Or then when we were down 7, you got to make all that shit. All that shit got to be crisp and on time and good. Right? I don't understand. So, yeah. Eagles, this is what they are. Lost to the fucking New York Giants. And now you got the Browns coming up. The Browns. Like, I would think Browns ain't a team I'm overly worried about. But now you lost to the Giants, I don't know. I don't know what the hell you are. Right? So, what to expect, who knows? They lose. Makes sense. They win. I guess it makes sense. Right? So, man, I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be. Dude. Wow. Look, man, we at damn near 13 minutes. I'm going to just go ahead, man. I'll be back tomorrow with another John. I don't know. I'm out.